Hello music lovers, welcome back to the Woodshed, and this week coming at you from the glorious, legendary Grand Ole Opry here in Nashville, Tennessee, and rolling in my pedal board, got my guitars on my back, a little messy. We got an early call, they're gonna film it tonight. I figured I would get you guys some cool backstage hangs, maybe even if we got some time, do a little backstage lesson for you guys. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll roll that intro, go from here. Cheers. Sound check is now done. Good to see some familiar faces, some guys we toured with out here. Chimed in, a lot of great help backstage, and it's not real crazy. Put your cords there, and they got my pedal board over here. You know, it just kind of sits here, sitting on go. And then yeah, this is the standard pedal board, that my main board that I always use. So you know, it sounded killer at sound check using the backline little deluxe reverb, and here we are. This is the backstage area. Right there she is. And then this is our little room. Right here. Adrian playing bass. Mike Hicks in the house. So that's it. Hope y'all digging that. And updates as we go. Shot here. Rarely get to see. Things getting set up. Kind of cool. All right, Woodshed members, we are backstage. Chris Altman, Jim Riley, and we got some Opry music in the background. Jim, what's one piece of advice you would give to any up-and-coming player? What's one piece of advice?
Always continue to keep learning. Learn new styles, learn new techniques. If you're not moving forward, you are being passed up every day.
Chris, you have teched in the game, you've managed in the game, you've done a lot of different things. What is one piece of advice you give somebody who's wanting to get into the industry, whether it be a player or in the business?
Man, I think you must be present to win. You need to be in Nashville. Yeah. You can't be in Detroit or be in the business.
Okay, but you can be in Knoxville. Somehow I've proved it.
You must be present, and you are present.
You're here.
But I am present.
You're authorized, right?
You're authorized, right?
Pretend I'm okay, but that's not what gets me. Oh yes, that's all it was, baby.
All right, we just walked off stage. We got with us here
Steve Nider.
Steve Nider. He helped me handle this spaceship here tonight. Okay, Steve, thanks for being on here with the Woodshed crowd. Let me ask you one question.
Yes.
And you have to be honest.
Okay.
Who's your favorite artist and favorite performance you've ever seen while you've been working here?
It's got to be Curly Pierce. A Wonderland.
That's the one?
It is, Bill.
All right, I love it. All right, guys, that's Steve here. How long have you been at the Opry?
About a year now.
About a year. All right, so there you have it behind the scenes here with one of the best. Cheers. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the clips and the live playing. You know, playing standing up is always different than being in a controlled environment like my studio or wherever. Playing live without a net. So I'd like to use the What Hurts the Most solo, just kind of show you some like ornamentation that I put on it to kind of give it my own spin. I'm not Joe Don. Joe Don's the one that originally cut the solo on the record, but trying to play his parts, honor those, and then just put some slight ornamentation, like I said, on the notes. So let's talk about it. It's in the key of F minor. I've just got a little verb on there for now, not any of the super sauce hero delay going on. We're going to start on the F and walk it up diatonically. So let me give you the notes first. You could also do it like this. Just straight up. Now that's plain Jane. Those are the notes. But check out, one of the things that I use is I anchor the back of my hand into the neck to give my bends a little more control when I go up. So let's just take it slow. And it lets me control that vibrato speed when I'm at the top of the bend, and it not sound out of control and shaky and nervous. Again, the trick is like anchoring right there in the back of the hand, okay? This kind of motion. So the other ornamentation type thing that I'm doing, the bow on top, is not just playing the notes one at a time. I'm using some of this, you know, like classic, like Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of rake into something, give it some attitude. And then I immediately lay my right hand down on the strings. That way I can shape the string that I want, and I'm not rubbing into the other strings on the guitar. Now another move, if you have one of these kickstands on your guitar, you give it some of that and add some flavor with the vibrato bar. This bar floats, so. But if you don't have it, no big deal. You can still use the other trick that I'm using. I can't really recall from memory exactly how Joe Don phrases the descent down. That thing. But I kind of doing it like. And then while that note's bent, I hold it, and I let it quit ringing, right? And then I drop it down. And I'm putting in these tiny little Steve Morse-esque trills. Now, again, they might be on the album version, they might not. I can't really recall off the top of my head from memory. But it's something that I just think sounds cool. So let's talk about those. We're going down the scale. Those kind of things, right? Control the bend. Right? Okay, now next up we're going to walk it back up again. But this time I'm going to slide in to that fifth, that C note. And I'm going to slide up to this flat 7. And kind of just give it some of that Lukather sauce. Again, here's a shot of the hand. You see, it's like a rocking motion. It's not an up and down thing. It's like there's a little more of that going on. Kind of getting it a little aggressive and wild. And the next lick that I play in the solo is very Dan Huff inspired. Like, I use this thing nonstop. So I'm going to use the C note as a pedal tone. And I'm going to bounce it around this F. Here's your F rock box, you know. There there's the old pentatonic thing. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to slide into that. So I'm going to slide up. Again, it's not about the notes, because if you saw all the tabs, it would just be like, you know, like plain boring. No disrespect to tabs. We're going to slide into that fifth. And then we're going to pedal tone it around. By that I mean like the Journey thing. Wrong key, I know, but it's the same kind of idea, right? So now when I'm up at this minor third, I'm gonna pedal tone again and then bend up from a half step behind it. Give it some more of that love. And that lick is very simple, but it's really cool. It's kind of trying to make it rubber bandy. And I'm not really making it major. It's just a little sass on it. So, and again, with those rates, they add so much flavor to the solo. This is something I talked about in my Patreon this week. For those that don't know, I've got a nice little community over there. Shout out to my Woodshed Patreon members. We have a live masterclass we do every Wednesday. It's done on Zoom. And one of the questions this week was like, a guy said he would never be a thoroughbred player, alluding to the Brent Masons of the world and the Eddie Van Halens of the world, right? But he said he wanted to be a better player for himself. And I said, you gotta believe in what you play. There'll be rub notes, there'll be wrong notes. I mean, there's solos of my favorite heroes players, just little mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable. But it's the rest of the notes that have to be played with such a conviction. Like, you can't play, and it's got to be a little dangerous. Like, I want to hear some of that bark from the hands, right? Got to have that conviction, just to get the guitar to sound like it's a living, breathing entity instead of a MIDI file, right? Like, that's my message for you guys this week, is to, play with a conviction. Well, let's do that last lick again, starting at the pedal tone. And now we're going to go really simple. I'm going to turn around here so you can see it. Little quarter tone bend. Little quarter tone right there. Just a little pull. It's not a full bend. It's just a little bit of pull right there. And then we're back into the what hurts the most thing, right? Control that speed. It can be fast. It can be slow. That speed is really important. Right? The little trills. And then slide up. Pedal tone. The rake. Here's our sassy lick. So there you have it. Some ornamentation to take with you, and adding as much as you can into the notes to get them to sing, and that's where your own personality lives. Like, I know I sound a bit like a bumper sticker or a t-shirt or something, but your own personality is in your touch and your rakes and your vibrato speeds and your bends. Like, that's where your personality lives. It's really about your voice on the instrument. Thank you guys for hanging out this week. I hope you enjoyed the footage, and we'll see you real soon. All right, we got the show done. Loading out here, getting pretty quiet. I just think it's appropriate. A lot of people ask me why I always wear a hat. Country music is why I wear a hat. Your outfit's not complete unless you got a hat on. So here's the Opry. Thanks for another great show, and You know, I gotta work myself up to one of those bad boys. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you guys real soon here on the Woodshed. Talk to you soon. All right, thanks for hanging out this week. I hope you enjoyed that look at the Opry. These kind of gigs are always fun, and I always try to just score a little bit of footage for you guys. All right, so this week we're gonna have March 29th. It's a Tuesday for all the people in East Tennessee area can make the hang. Mark Letary and myself will be hanging out, playing some music at the Jackson Terminal. That's downtown Knoxville in the Old City. So we got Connor Kelly and the Time Warp opening the show. It's going to be awesome. Again, Tuesday, March 29th, around 7 o'clock doors. Mark Letary, Grammy-nominated Mark Letary, and myself will be playing some music for you guys, playing tunes off of our records, and then, of course, the inevitable jam at the end of the night. Hope to see you guys there. All right, a little housekeeping here for you. If you're looking for Axe tones, tablatures, backing tracks, my albums, other videos, gear lists and rundowns, things like that, that's going to be at andywoodmusic.com. Jump over there, sign up for that email list so I can get a hold of you guys. Now, if you're looking to expand your playing, you watch this video because you are a guitar player, which you probably are, and you want to improve your playing, jump over to patreon.com/andywoodmusic. I have a ton of different offerings over there. A lot of people email me, ask if I do private lessons, asking if I've got, various lessons on cross-picking or hybrid playing or any of this kind of technical stuff that I like to do from time to time. All of that is at patreon.com/andywoodmusic. Let me give you a quick rundown. At the lowest tier, it's just $5. It's cheaper than your Starbucks, right? That is going to get you access to over 300 some odd videos. Tons of stuff ranging from bluegrass, mandolin, shred techniques, tapping, hybrid picking, cross picking, all of that kind of thing. Now at the next tier up, you get that plus access to our private Discord server. It's a great community, lots of folks exchanging ideas and their tones and videos and things like that. Now at the next tier up from that, you get access to my weekly Zoom masterclass. That is right, we do a weekly masterclass, and it's Q&A, talk about tone, talk about topics that you guys might want to talk about. A lot of fun, interactive type thing. And then from there, yes, you can even get into the private one-on-one lessons that are included with your Patreon subscription. So please, patreon.com/andywoodmusic. If you go over there, most of the answers to the questions that you guys email will be found right there waiting on you. One last bit of housekeeping here is the Woodshed Guitar Experience. Registration is live. This year we've got Nick Johnston, Tom Quell, Martin Miller, Mark Letary, Greg Koch, and a few others that I can't mention yet. We're just hoping some tour schedules line up and make sure everything's locked in. But registration's open. We've already got folks signing up. We only are offering 100 slots, and I know that some of those are filled up. And I want to make sure if you guys want in on that, it's a 3-day weekend in Middle Tennessee. Everything's covered in your costs. That's your lodging, your food, your alcohol, if you like to partake in an adult beverage. And then your jamming, your lessons. It's amazing. We do 3 days of lessons and seminars. And then we do concerts on Friday and Saturday night. Come hang out with us at the Woodshed Guitar Experience. Thank you guys for hanging out this week in the Woodshed, and I hope you enjoyed the Opry video. We'll see you real soon.